All right, you've seen the product. Now it's time to take action. It's all about that miracle food. My man Chakra Doctor has put some of the greatest superfoods on the planet here in one bottle for you. I know we see COVID going crazy and a lot of different things, testing our immune system. This right here is a perfect cleanse and reboot. Great for the immune system and a great anti-inflammatory. Miracle food. Tell them Viral Hip Hop News sent you. Let's go.
And like spirits, and there's some good brothers. I got a few proteges, some warriors, you know. As I spoke about this at various events, it's the younger people that really they're cheering me on. The people in my age group, and they don't like what I'm saying when I say don't complain about no white scripts and let's put our monies together and we'll trillion our nation. They don't wanna, you know. But the young folks, you know, the young people, they hear me. They told me, don't ever give those speeches to your generation. They're stuck. They're stuck begging. We know. And a lot of them are coming together. The young Black brothers and sisters in the business world and the entertainment world, they're working more together. Now they don't have that crap. That crap in the barrel thing is not so much among them. Is essence.
Definitely. I'm gonna ask you about Bill Cosby, man. Talk about the time that he dissed you, and then talk about, you know, what do you think that ended up happening with Bill Cosby? How do you feel about that now, him being in prison for that whole went down with him? Can you talk about that?
It breaks my friends said, Ernie, what are you crying? When he was sent to prison, I literally was crying because as much as I could not stand the man, still what he created as an artist, you know, I didn't think that at that age being put in prison, I thought that was so degrading. I thought they definitely could have done something else, being on the house arrest, X amount of money for a fine that he had to pay, but to put him in jail, I just thought that was over the top. You know, at the same time, no, I didn't want to have lunch with him because I think he is still think he's an arrogant man. But I just think I think a lot of the Blacks who were in power and they didn't do it, a lot of Blacks who had the power to speak up for him. You notice that wasn't going on.
Yeah.
You know how it was the silence was deafening. It was no, you know, yeah. And again, what he did to us was evil, you know. You're too old and to know, but you old enough to know better. You know what we went through as the people, you know, and you're gonna do that. You're gonna deliberately walk past. You see us begging just for attention, and you're gonna smoke your cigar and walk in front of us, letting us know I don't see you. What's the difference in you and the KKK? What's the difference?
You speaking in reference to Black people?
I'm sorry.
Are you speaking in reference to Black people when you say just leaving us sit behind?
Oh, I'm not. No, that was Bill Cosby. But what Bill Cosby did, reference to Black people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What he did to, you know, as young Black men, he's an elder of the business. You know, he should have given us the words of encouragement, man. You know. But he's just like, you know, I mean, it like I said, and only on the set of the piece of the action, because Sidney Poitier was loving me so much. Now Sidney was giving me so much love, and he said, "Hey, Bill, aren't you proud of him?" And he had to come over because Sidney is pulling him into it, you know. But oh man, and I know another young lady that he did. She didn't go to the police, you know. I have a friend, you know, went to Spelman and all that. She said, yeah, he tried, but she could not believe it. She looked at him as like this Black father figure, and he trying to get in their clothes, you know. So it is a lot of women that won't speak up. He did it, and the Black men should stop that mess too. Oh, he was trying to buy NBC. Are you that stupid? How in the hell, if I write you the check, I gave you the check, Bill Cosby, you gonna take the check I gave you and buy me? That's how stupid these people say. Oh, the reason they did that, see, he was trying to buy NBC, you know, butthole. How in the hell can he buy NBC? They gave him the check. How in the hell he gonna buy NBC? If I gave you $400 million or $1 billion, how much do I have? Oh, they were angry. That didn't bother. He was his own. Again, they used what you have. It wasn't drugs. His thing was sex. So they let him build it up. You know, girl after girl, woman after woman, woman after woman and then it all hit. And you got 50 some women, everybody wrong. And I know personally of a young lady who went through it. And you didn't have to do that, man. You're a handsome guy. You don't have to drug women to have sex with them, you know, and won't own up to it. Still won't say he did none, not one. That's arrogance, and God don't like it. God don't like ugly. Bill is ugly.
So would you say that he's guilty then of that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely guilty. Yeah, he's guilty. Absolutely guilty. Ain't got nothing to do with it. Guilty. Guilty.
Let me ask you this, sir, Key, because arrogance, obviously, that's something frowned upon. Him passing and hitting on women, that's obviously frowned upon, but that's completely different than drugging them and doing something. So,
yes,
that's a situation where, and I'm not trying to dig too deep in your friend's business, but was she drugged or was she just hit on?
She was just hit on.
Okay.
She wasn't drugged. No, she was just because she looked at him as he's only been her father. So no, she was just hit on. Yeah.
Okay. So he's not guilty. I mean, that's frowned upon, and that's maybe an ass or per se.
Right.
Nothing. Right. You're not sitting in jail for life for that. I got you. Okay.
No, exactly.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
So just to kind of transition, what as we conclude the interview, we're sitting here with Ernest Lee Thomas of the Hip Hop Uncensored Podcast. Definitely appreciate your time. What you got going on now? What's next for you? How is life now? You talk a lot about having proteges and mentoring the youth. So talk about what you got going on now.
Well, I got some young kings and queens, brother, that I won't name them, but they're gonna be you're gonna definitely know about them. And they're going to supersede me and everyone out there. But me personally, I just finished a faith-based film called Playhouse that was in the theater for a brief moment, but it's on the Win Network. It's a free streaming service, but you do have to pay a fee for that film because it's a new film called The Playhouse. And then I have another film called Two Wolves. I think one of my best roles, Mikhail Shannon Jenkins. That's one of my former proteges. I'm about to do another film with him, and he's a force to be dealt with. You know, talking about a believer in Christ, and yet strong black man. You know, and so we did Two Wolves. That's on Tubi. That's another free streaming service. We also was on Amazon. We have a film called The Gods.
Yeah, man, this is Sam Ant, CEO of Viral Hip Hop News. Listen, I appreciate each and every one of y'all who are going to check out this documentary. Shout out to my man Lonnie Fresh. Do me a favor, go to YouTube right now. Go subscribe to Viral Hip Hop News, one of the best hip hop platforms out here right now. We also have The Hub, Hip Hop News Uncensored, of course, the podcast, the baddest podcast out, the Hip Hop Uncensored Podcast. We drop 7 days a week, doing this thing 100% independent.
There was not one day that I was at work on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air that I wished I was somewhere else.
Now let's talk about the Players Club, because you, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that's like your first major role in a movie, right?
Taking over the game. Sincerely appreciate each and every one of y'all. You can grab merch on the YouTube site. You can talk to me on there and much more. Sam Ant, CEO of Viral Hip Hop News. Appreciate each and every one of y'all.
Oh God, you the man, Cass. I spit white like a clan mask.